Hello, this is video number 3 in a series of videos about creating a collage which is built up of a background of coloured papers and paints. It has some local plants drawn over the top with a piece of writing of your choice as well. So what I'm going to do today is just add a little bit more to our background paper, and then we're going to have a practice of drawing our local plants. So what I've done from last time, do you remember I'd stuck down some of our painted papers and the ripped up old books and bits of newspaper, and now what I'm doing is I'm just adding some colours to that background to kind of bring it all together to make it look much more of a whole. I'm using a slightly bigger brush this time, but if you've only got the kind of thinner brush, that's absolutely fine. So I'm just bringing this together with a few more greens. I also had a little bit of a sandy colour in there. I quite like those sandy colours. So with my bigger brush, I use a bigger brush just so I can get some blocks. Yeah, that's quite nice, of colour. And then I'm going to draw over the top of these. So where else could I put that? I want to balance that out maybe with a bit more. I quite like this sandy colour because it's a bit like some of the colour that I found in the newspaper photographs. So mixed with the green. Maybe a bit of a stripe over there. And I'm sticking with this idea that there's a kind of loose grid going on in this background, which gives it a kind of order to what could be something very messy. Okay, so I'm going to put that to dry now. Next thing I come on to doing is my drawing of some plants that I found in hedgerows. So I've got that one there, which could be some sort of borage. I don't really know my plants well enough, but I like the idea that that one had some big chunky leaves compared to this one, which is that sticky thing that sticks to your clothes and you put on each other's backs and everything. It's quite fun. That's kind of got a wispy look to it. Now I'm going to practice drawing first before I go straight on to the main collage background so that I feel a bit more confident about how I do it. Okay, so, right, can we see this one? How I'm doing this, I'm doing a kind of loose drawing. So I've got the main stem here, and then I'm noticing that the little leaves come out like the sort of spokes of a bike, like that. So this is quite a sort of fast and loose drawing, which I think suits this kind of collage. But if you are a very careful drawer, that is fantastic. Go for your careful drawing. So that's that one. I quite like the idea of this one possibly overlapping a little bit with that drawing. So this one could have these, a sort of Y shape to the stem. So I've got my stem coming like that. And then there's a huge leaf kind of here. Its veins are not all kind of straight, they're quite nice and loopy. So bring those in like that. And then you've got your these little buds, which I think had flowers that have come off. What's lovely about doing this is that you start to notice things that you hadn't really noticed before. Like each of these have got kind of like a little crown on the top of them. So whatever you collect, doesn't really matter. It's the idea that you're creating a collage which is about your area where you live. So wherever it is in Somerset or wherever, it starts to really feel important because it's part of your life. Okay, I will put this all together in the final video, which will be number 4, and I will meet you then.